The book style foldable battle is heating up, and a lot of you, by the way, asked for this comparison. So today I'm putting two absolute monsters head to head: the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra and the brand new Motorola Razr Fold. Now, Motorola officially jumped onto the full-sized book-style foldable arena, and they came out swinging against Samsung's flagship. I'll be comparing the cameras, the screen, tech, and as well as the thermals, which definitely surprised me in a bad way. So which phone actually deserves your hard-earned money? Starting things off with the design, both of these companies have officially went insane with how thin they could make their phones. I mean, they took design to a new level. When open, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra is incredibly thin, just 4.1 millimeters, while the Razr Fold is right behind at 4.5 millimeters. Now, once you fold them shut, the Z Fold 8 Ultra measures at a sleek 8.9 millimeters thick compared to the Razr Fold's 9.9 millimeters thick. The Z Fold 8 Ultra is clearly the thinner of the two phones. However, this does come at a downside, which, depending on how you feel, may or may not be important to you. For overall weight, the Fold 8 Ultra maintains a super lightweight profile at just 215 grams. I don't know how Samsung does it. I mean, 215 grams for a pretty large folding phone is really impressive. Now, the Razr Fold comes in at a much heavier 243 grams. Now, Samsung did tackle the screen crease using the new Flex titanium hinge, and it's apparently 20% less visible than before. Now, Motorola opted for a precision-engineered stainless steel teardrop hinge with Corning Gorilla Glass Ceramic 3. There is a clear winner here when it comes to the inside crease. Samsung just does a much better job at hiding that little crease. However, that's not all. Samsung also does a much better job with how well the hinge functions and how well the hinge feels. When you open the Moto, it doesn't actually open completely flat, unlike the Fold 8 Ultra. In fact, it's actually very similar to how last year's Fold 7 opened. But the other difference is how the hinge feels. Now, with the Samsung, it gives you this satisfying spring action compared to the more spongy feel on the Razr Fold. It's not a big deal, but it is something to point out. When you're opening the Z Fold, it just feels a lot more just premium compared to the Motorola, which it's almost like it's fighting against you up until you get right about here. And that's when it opens. Oh, I got a message. But the Motorola just feels, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like a sponge. That's it. Sponge. I'm gonna patent it. No, I can't actually. Now, opening these super thin foldable phones used to be a big pain in the butt with the Fold 7. If you guys have seen my Fold 7 review, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Thankfully, both of these companies figured out a way to fix it. Both phones now have this kind of beveled shape on the side to help with the grip, so your thumb easily catches onto the ledge, and it makes opening the phone much easier. Now, for durability, the Z Fold 8 Ultra carries an IP48 water resistance rating, while the Razr Fold flexes both IP48 and IP49 ratings to handle high pressure water jets. So the Motorola is going to protect you against, high pressure water jets. So, I don't know where in life that will happen, but if it does, Motorola has your back. But now let's talk about the screens, because here's where things get quite interesting. Because this is the prime example of why specs on paper don't actually mean things in the real world. On the cover screen, the Z Fold 8 Ultra gives you a 6.5-inch panel at 120 Hz, while the Razr Fold sports a 6.6-inch display with a super fast 165 Hz refresh rate that can be used in certain gaming. Now, once you unfold them, you get an 8-inch Dynamic AMOLED main display on the Fold 8 Ultra, while the Razr Fold opens up to an 8.1-inch 2K Extreme AMOLED inner display. When using these outside in bright sunlight, the Fold 8 reaches to 3000 nits of peak brightness on both displays, and it has this new anti-reflective coating on the inside display. Now, the Razr Fold hits a staggering 6200 nits of peak inner brightness and 6000 on the cover display. Now, on paper, the Razr Fold should absolutely obliterate Samsung in terms of brightness. I mean, 3000 nits versus 6200 nits. The difference should be astronomical. But is it really? No. I actually feel like the Fold 8 Ultra is giving you higher, consistent brightness. What do you think? Another important thing to note is that the Razr Fold has a slightly curved display, which you guys could actually see by the reflection of the light. If I can find it, where did it go? There we go. So you can see that the screen curves a little bit on all sides, whereas on the Z Fold 8 Ultra, it's just a completely flat display. Personally, I prefer flat, depending on what we're talking about. But I do generally prefer a flat display over a curved display because I just feel like curved displays are like a thing of the past, but who cares what I think? I know a lot of you love curved displays, so here's a win for the Moto, or a win for the Samsung, whichever side you're on. Moving under the hood, performance on both phones is just amazing. I mean, what is there to even talk about nowadays with these new flagship phones with the up-to-date latest processors? They're gonna be both incredibly amazing. The Z Fold 8 Ultra runs on an overclocked version of the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor that's paired with, of course, 12 or 16 gigabytes of RAM. The Razr Fold also runs that same Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 paired with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigabytes of built-in storage. Both devices handle heavy multitasking, high-end gaming without breaking a sweat. Now, for all you creators out there or future creators out there in the making, there is a clear winner here when it comes to cameras, like a very, very, very clear winner. Sorry, Samsung, but I have to be honest. The Z Fold 8 Ultra features a 200 megapixel main camera, a 10, yeah, I said 10 megapixel telephoto camera with 3 times optical zoom, and a 50 megapixel ultra-wide sensor shared with the S26 Ultra. Now, the Razr Fold packs in a triple 50 megapixel setup featuring a 50 megapixel main, 50 megapixel ultra-wide, and a 50 megapixel periscope telephoto with 3 times optical zoom, and it goes up to 100 times super zoom. Samsung has kept the 10 megapixel 3 times lens for a while now, and it's really starting to show its age compared to the 50 megapixel 3 times lens on the Razr Fold. The photos on the Razr Fold can easily compete with non-folding flagship phones. So in the world of folding phones, it's super good. Samsung isn't too far behind, and some might like the processing better on Samsung, but if I had to pick, I think the Razr Fold here is the winner. Samsung just really needs to, I mean, this isn't just my opinion, this is like a lot of people's opinion. They've been using the 10 megapixel lens forever, and I just think it's time to, time to bump it up a little bit. I'm not saying don't get the phone just because it has a 10 megapixel camera. Of course not. I'm just saying it doesn't feel like a complete camera package. Hopefully that made sense. Battery capacity and charging speed is also another big point in this comparison, and the winner here is Motorola. I spoiled it, didn't I? The Z Fold 8 Ultra packs a 5000 mAh battery, and it's using silicon carbon. Finally, Samsung, you dog, I love you. Okay, we've been asking for silicon carbon batteries for the longest time from Samsung and also from Apple, but don't expect it from Apple anytime soon. But Samsung finally has it, and it's amazing because they're very energy dense, so you can shove more energy into them without making them physically bigger, which is why the Samsung could be so small and have a pretty darn good battery life. But the Motorola is still winner. The Razr Fold crams in a massive 6000 mAh battery, also silicon carbon, and it delivers full day heavy usage. Now, when it's time to juice up, the Z Fold 8 Ultra supports 45 watt wired and 20 watts wireless charging, whereas the Razr Fold charges significantly faster with 80 watts of TurboPower wired charging alongside wireless charging support as well. Just from normal day-to-day testing, the Fold 8 Ultra has definitely improved over last year's Fold 7. I mean, there's hardly any battery anxiety. Both phones will easily last you throughout the day, but the Motorola, it'll last you into the next day, which is amazing. So Motorola, good job. Kinda. There's a downside. You see, while the Moto does charge faster, it also gets crazy hot to the touch, peaking at around 48 degrees Celsius on the phone itself. That's not good. However, with Samsung's thermal management, the phone itself stays dramatically cooler, with the hotspot being the USB-C port. Actually, not even the USB port, but the actual like cable gets hot, not the phone, which is interesting to say the least. But yeah, the Motorola gets crazy hot. Like as I was charging it, I picked it up. I'm like, oh, hey, I need to call the fire department. There's a golden rule when it comes to not only smartphones, but any piece of electronic that has a battery inside. The cooler it is, the better. You don't want your batteries getting hot, because a hot battery equals, well, not only lower battery life, but also worse battery health over time. Your phone likes to stay nice and harmonic. That's not the right word, I think, but nice and balanced, you know? There you go. It's not Christmas yet, but just a heads up. So at the end of the day, the Z Fold8 Ultra has a premium price tag of, well, $2,100 before pre-order deals, which could save you $1,200 or even $1,900, while the Razr Fold comes fully loaded with high-end specs to challenge Samsung's dominance. So which of these book-style foldables are you choosing, and why? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely click that like button. And if you're new here and you like these types of no BS review videos, definitely subscribe. As always, this was Mark from MarkStack. Adios.